Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to our Seer Sunday reading. For those that don't know, my name is Deanna and I'm an intuitive life coach and psychic medium. And this is our Seer Sunday reading where we get a look at the energy in the week coming, the week ahead, so that we can get in front of it and make the most of it. So let's dive in. What a week this past week. We have been really in some interesting energy. There's a lot of shifting and changing and I'm being shown an undercurrent of movement and of energy shifting going on. And they're showing me the large and the macro, the macro and the micro, the macro and the micro. So it's like we're seeing it in our politics, we're seeing it in our country, we're seeing it in our globe, but we're also experiencing it on an internal level where we have to adjust to everything that's going on around us and adjust into the new energy. So we want to know what energy is coming this week that we're going to be working with. What benefits us to know about the energy that's coming forward this week? Because this past week was really something, guys. Was really something, but it's leading us towards some good stuff. So here we've got the earthworm and the black egg out for us this week, guys. So this is really good. The earthworm energy. Earthworm is about being a beginner in a field, being in that beginner's mindset, the student, the learner, the brand new bottom of the totem pole feeling. Now, if you're anything like me, I hate this energy. Like it's got its purpose and I do love it, right? There's value in it, but I'm always really, really uncomfortable when I'm sitting in earthworm energy because it's like trying to find your footing. And if you're anything like me, I like to be the person that knows what I'm doing, the person you go to for answers. That's where I feel my best and most comfortable, but we all have to start somewhere. So it's about getting comfortable being uncomfortable, but it's also about knowing that we're starting over so that we're beginning in a new field. And I just heard career. So for some people, you may actually be starting a new job this week. And if that's you, or you may get a new job offer that's a little out of your comfort zone. But with this energy, I say go for it. So if you do get an offer like that, jump on it and see where it leads you, because it could lead somewhere good. But this is about stepping outside of our comfort zone that allows other things to happen for us in our physical world, that leads to prosperity, that leads to happiness, that leads to the external life that we want as well as the internal. And then the black egg, this is all about our truth. The black egg is our truth center. This is where we say what we think, we say what we feel, we say what we mean, we express our values and beliefs and ideals and opinions without hesitation or worry of someone else not liking it or not agreeing with it. We stand in our truth very firmly. The black egg is also very conscious of what's kind, right? The throat and the heart are not far apart, and we don't usually feel good about communication that's not coming from a heart space. So the black egg is about speaking with our truth, speaking with our hearts, and speaking with what we really truly believe. And I feel like for a lot of us, this is very much connected to whatever this new venture is, right? If this is a new relationship, you're going to be bringing up your own truth. And I feel like it's a sitting confidently in our truth, but we're not used to it, guys. This could be where you're feeling new to standing in your voice, to standing in your power, to saying what you think and feel, right? Which can feel very uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, it's very empowering. But we have to use our voice and our truth to express ourselves. It's like, so it's not just to get what we want, right? Like I don't want it to come across as just opportunistic, because there's so much more energy behind it than that. It's about, we can't feel internally fulfilled if we are not living out an expression of our true natures, guys. So if we're in relationships where we can't be really real and transparent about what we think and feel and need, then there's an element of us that we're choosing to compartmentalize and hide away rather than bring it forward. And what we're doing is we're suppressing ourselves for the comfort of others. That's what I'm hearing, suppressing ourselves for the comfort of others. And that energy never really creates the life for us that we want it for ourselves. It never lets us grow and expand. It's funny, they're showing me an earthworm like tunneling underground, but I'm seeing little sproutlings and like things popping up under the path of this earthworm. So whatever this truth is, whatever this sitting in your voice is for you, it's very, what is the word? Can you give that to me again? Fertile. I don't know why. I was hearing futile and I was like, that's not it. Fertile. it's very fertile, whatever this process is. And it's funny because it doesn't seem like we even know we're doing it. It's just kind of like doing what we do naturally and just trying to be as truthful and in our own power as we possibly can be as we go. But I'm seeing like all of these little sproutlings like cropping up along our path, like brand new, and they're bright green, which for me usually indicates some kind of wealth or prosperity and financial abundance. And I just heard creativity. So you may be feeling inspired. So whatever that inspiration is, and it's funny, I'm feeling like there's going to be this lump in your throat. You're going to want to say whatever it is. Watch for this energy this week because it feels very tangible. There's like, it's that moment where you're like, I want to say it, but like, I just don't think I should, but like, it's like that truth is sitting right there and it's just like erupting. I feel like this is the week to say it. I feel like it'll lead to good things. And if you've been wishing to stand in your power and whatever it is that you've been asking the universe for, you've been putting out as an intention, you've been asking for whatever this is. If you've been asking for money, this is how you get there. If you've been asking for love, this is how you get there. If you've been asking for a home, stability, whatever this is, a job, right? This energy of sitting in your truth and being willing for it to be uncomfortable and to sit more intentionally in what's true for us is where we're going to find all of these things that we've been asking the universe for. And I heard manifesting. So if some of you are doing manifestation exercises, sitting in your truth, if we're saying, I want this thing, right? And we're creating a manifestation of truth, but we're not sitting actively in the vibration of our truth and honesty, those things don't line up. So the universe can't, that's our state of allowance, right? If we're not in a state of being open, and I'm hearing open with ourselves, like there may be truths that are hard for us to admit to ourselves. So like, for example, like I know, when my marriage was ending, it was very hard for me to sit in the truth of, he's not happy, but I'm not happy either. Like it was really hard for me to admit that to myself because I felt like it made me a bad person to say I'm not happy. But sitting in that truth and allowing myself to be really uncomfortable and to start over based on that truth was what was the catalyst for a new start, for healing, for moving forward, for creating the life I wanted for myself. So it's kind of that energy playing out. And then, is it true there is no other? Where are you going with this one, Spirit? Your truth is the only one that exists to you. That's what they're saying. So they're wanting us to understand that the truth that we hold, even if we're not sharing it with others, it's just reverberating around our own selves, right? You can see these, it's like the sound is only affecting that one person. So you not standing in your truth, or you not feeling comfortable in your truth, or you not saying what you feel, need, think, whatever, it's only really negatively impacting you. But a lot of times we hide our truth under the blanket, the heavy suffocating blanket that we've learned from a very young age we have to cover ourselves under, right? That your truth is less important than keeping other people around you comfortable. And again, I'm feeling a lot of that energy this week, guys. So is it true there is no other? You create your reality. And if there's something in your reality that you are not happy with, I would challenge you and invite you to look at what's your real truth around it? And is there disparity or I'm seeing they're showing me a chasm. They're showing me a chasm of the difference. It's like a chasm of this is your real truth, but the level of your expression is so far off and opposite from maybe what you really think, feel, want, versus what you're portraying outwardly or what you might say. And again, for some of you, I'm feeling a very strong relationship dynamic here where there could be a not wanting to tell somebody. And this, I feel like this could be siblings, this could be family. It's just interpersonal is how, sorry, woof. This feels interpersonal. So it feels between two people where if you're pulling back on saying what you think, and I'm hearing sugarcoating. If you're sugarcoating your truth because you don't want it to upset someone, and I'm almost feeling like if you're in that space of, it's not worth the conflict, then they'll be mad and I'll have to deal with whatever. They're saying you're choosing them over you. And this week, it's very important for us to choose us, right? That's how we show love to ourselves, is when we say, and again, it's not selfish, right? We're taught that if we choose ourselves, that it's selfish and that there's something wrong with it, or we're narcissistic or something. But that's not it, because we have to choose ourselves first, just like everyone else in the world should be choosing themselves first. And that's when we're able to make really great relationships, is when we're saying, I have chosen myself to the point that I've given myself everything I need. I've created a life for myself that fulfills me and makes me happy and makes me feel safe. And I love myself. I have enough love for myself that it naturally overflows into the people around me and onto my career and onto my family and onto my friends, right? If we're not sitting in our truth and we have to hide away ourselves and who we are and what we want, think, and need from our relationships, our jobs, whatever that circumstances that resonates for you. It just got sucked out of my head like a vacuum. Okay, they're saying move on. So I must have been going on a tangent. They're like, leave it alone. So now we're getting elevate. So this is our opportunity. Again, I love that they do it as an elevator button, because it indicates that we have a choice. And you can see that going up is highlighted. We can stay where we are, but will it make us happy? And if we keep choosing everyone else above ourselves, are we going to be able to create the life that we want for ourselves? Or are our relationships ever going to be what we want them to be if we're not willing to choose ourselves too? Because if you're sacrificing your happiness for someone else's comfort and happiness, then resentment comes in. You're not feeling as worthy. You feel lesser than. You don't feel like an equal, and you feel like happiness in some way is something you're not deserving of, but that other people are, right? Then even the people that are interacting with you, that you're sacrificing your truth for, you're sacrificing these things for, they can feel that underlying energy. And if someone really loves and cares about you, they don't want you to sacrifice that. They would want to know what you really think, what you really feel, and what your truth is, even if it's difficult for them. That is unconditional love. Unconditional love says you don't have to be, think, or see the world any sort of way in order for me to love and see and acknowledge you, right? That's what namaste is. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. It doesn't say, I agree with you on everything. It doesn't say, you keep me really comfortable. It doesn't say any of that. It says you are unconditionally you, and that's the source of love, right? So we need to elevate our sense of self-expression and our sense and idea of the truth, and really be honest with ourselves about what reality are we creating for ourselves. When we're not able to sit in our truth, it can be really easy for us to say, this person is holding me back. This person is keeping me from doing A, B, C, or I would love to do that, but my so-and-so would never approve, or I would love to do that, but we tend to not express what we really, really want, because usually they're saying we don't trust ourselves. Usually there's an element of not trusting ourselves. But there's also a level of ownership where if we came out and said our truth and what we needed, wanted, whatever, we would have to own that truth. We would have to sit in a space of ownership with it and say, yeah, I did mean that. And I did want that. And I still mean it, even if there's a fallout, even if there's consequences, even if not everyone involved likes your truth, right? That is standing in your truth unapologetically, which I just heard baby steps. So if you're someone that's just kind of like baby stepping into it, they're saying it's one small brave choice at a time. So don't feel overwhelmed by it. Earthworm, again, it's about getting new footing. It's about becoming a beginner again and sitting in that space of, it's okay if I don't know everything, I'm figuring it out, right? And if we are not taught to be expressive in our truth, or our truth was shut down in childhood or in early relationships, usually it starts at some point in childhood, early childhood, we're taught, like, this is even something like if you've been told stop crying, that is shutting down a very natural form of personal expression of what you're feeling. So even little things like that I would say almost all of us have experienced at some point, shut down our ability or our feelings of I'm allowed to speak my truth, which can really hinder us from creating the life that we want and actually manifesting and actually sitting in the space of I'm the active creator in my own life and I can make it what I want because I acknowledge what I want. I don't need anyone else to do that. So if we're ready to elevate, this week will teach us gradually and gently, I'm hearing, to really step into this sitting in our truth energy, which is really beautiful and wonderful and essential to creating the life that we would really be happiest living. So that is our Sunday reading. If you want to check out more, find me on Instagram, Courage Coach Orlando. I post all sorts of great content and other videos, but I will see you guys next Sunday for our Seer Sunday reading. Bye.